Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's me, Mystic. So you guys, I was led to do a story time with you guys. So I want to talk about like spiritual warfare and how when you are a chosen one, when you are chosen, you are being targeted, your offsprings are being targeted, anything that is attached to you is automatically a target. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my first encounter with that, and how I was, first of all, how I took care of the situation. I didn't even know that I was capable of doing so, but I'm just going to tell you guys what happened or whatever. So you guys, those of you guys that know me, you guys know, that I have three babies, okay? Zuri, Calvin, and Sebastian, okay? My daughter, well, okay, so Zuri and Calvin are my biological, and Sebastian is my sweet angel. He's my angel baby that I adopted, okay? All right, so when Zuri was around 3 years old, Zuri started showing signs of being spiritually aware and having extra gifts, okay? When she was around 3, she started seeing things. She started talking about a place that I had never seen before. Zuri started telling me that she remembers when I was her sister. She would always say stuff like, "Mommy, I can't wait till we're sisters again. She said, I miss playing with you. I just want to play with you again. I miss you being my sister," right? So I was like, okay, so my baby is she's having memories of a previous reincarnation where we were sisters, okay? Okay, so a little later on, you guys, okay, let's go back. When I first brought Zuri home, I feel like I need to go further back. Okay, so before Zuri came, I was going through a lot. I was struggling to conceive. It just was not happening for me. It wasn't happening. I was very depressed. Like, I couldn't understand. Like, there was nothing more in the whole world that I wanted more than to be a mommy. That's all I ever wanted, was to be a mommy, okay? To give this love to my children, to have children, that I can call my own, right? So it just seemed like it wasn't happening. We were trying everything. It just was not happening. So I remember really, really praying. Like, I'm talking about pouring my heart out, praying, crying, asking for guidance. I was so depressed. It was just, I was depressed, you guys, okay? Like, I was really young and I was experiencing infertility and I just was depressed. So my hair had started falling out. I was just crying every day. And I just think that my spirit guides were like, we have to talk to her because she is going to drive herself crazy. So that was my first encounter with my spirit guides. They actually came to me. Like, I saw them, like, as I would see me and you. Well, I saw their full body in my dream. And we was walking through this big building, you guys. The building had elevators, like it was elevators everywhere, 414s. I'm saying that there was elevators everywhere. And see, these elevators were how people got to their next lives, okay? People literally was getting on elevators going to their next life, okay? You was creating your chart, and when you were done, whatever you agreed to, you was going into that life. So I didn't know this at the time, you guys. I was young. This was before my spiritual awareness. Like, I knew about starseeds, and I had starseed in 1111, and I had started hearing this one song would follow me all the time, and I never knew why. And I'm gonna tag the song. in the description box, but that was my spirit guide's way of communicating with me before I became awakened. That song was my song from them to me before I got on my journey, and I didn't know what it was. I thought I was crazy, okay? But anyway, so in that dream, I was walking through this building with this lady. She had my chart in her hand. I didn't know it was my birth chart, you guys. Like, mind you, I wasn't spiritual yet. Like, you know, I didn't know what I was. I wasn't religion for sure. I had already decided that that wasn't my arena. I was searching for something. I was, you know, I felt like I was lost, but I felt like I was at peace with my lostness. I don't know, it was weird. So, she had this chart in her hand, and I looked at her and I said, am I going to get to be a mom? Like, I didn't say nothing else to her, but am I going to get to be a mom? When is it going to be my turn to be a mom? So she flipped through my chart. She said, let me see, did you put this in your chart? And I'm like, did I put that in my chart? So, she told me, she said, sooner than you think. Sooner than you think, you're going to get to be a mom. So you guys, after years of trying and me having this encounter with my spirit guide, a month after this dream, you guys, I conceived, okay? Crazy. After years of trying, I don't know that they feel bad for me, or it was just when I wrote, it was like perfect timing, or when I wrote it in my chart, I don't know. But anyway, I got on the elevator. She put me back on the elevator, and I came back to this life. Okay. So Zuri was born at 333. Okay. I had been seeing 333 during my whole pregnancy. Before I got pregnant, the fucking number was harassing me. I felt stalked. I don't know. I just saw the number everywhere. It got really heavy right before she was born. 717, as I said that. Right before she was born, it got really heavy. Like, it was popping up on gas station receipts, grocery store receipts, everywhere. So I remember when Zuri came out, I remember when I pushed her out, my doctor, Dr. Curtis Sanders, I love him. He's awesome. He said time of birth, 333. And I started boo-hooing. I was like sobbing. I was crying. Like, my mom was there. She was crying. It was just, we cried. It was like the first time that I ever cried tears of joy. That was my first time ever experiencing tears of joy. Okay, so I cried. I was throwing up and crying because that anesthesia stuff will have you sick. So I was like, ugh, and I was like, I was crying. I was going through a lot of emotions. So, you know, later on, fast forward back, later on, my daughter, when she was around 3 or 4, no, she was 4, she told me, she said, Mom, when I came out, you and Granny was crying, Mama. Y'all was crying. Why were y'all crying, Mommy? Y'all were crying. I was like, I never told you that. Like, you're too young for me to have this conversation with you. Like, I never told you that I cried. I never told you that Granny was there. Like, I never told you who was there. You see what I'm saying? But she called out everybody that was in the room. She called out. She knew that we cried. She was like, why were you crying, Mommy? Why Granny cried, you cried? I was like, whoa, wow. Like, it's okay. My baby is really with that. My baby is special. Okay. So, after she was born, though, like, a lot of strange things started. Like, it was like this strange feeling came over me, and I felt like it wouldn't be safe to leave her unattended. I just feel like it just wasn't safe. Like, I don't know, it was weird. Zuri was having a hard time holding down, like, her milk. She would not breastfeed. They put a bottle in her mouth before I could breastfeed her, before I could nurse her, you know. So it was just like, and she would not hold down anything for a long time. Like, we had to put her on, like, Nutrimogen. Yeah, and that milk was so stinky, you guys, but that was the only thing she would halfway hold down, right? So like, I was afraid to leave my baby alone. I was afraid that she was gonna choke in her. I just guarded her with my life. So like, even when I would bath, you guys, I would put her in her bouncy thing, and I would put her in the bathroom with me. I shower with the shower curtain open. I just never left her unattended, but I always felt like it was something else that wanted her. It was weird. I just didn't know what. Remember, this was before my spiritual awakening. I didn't know why I felt this way. So later on, my uncle, right before he lost his mind, he pulled me to the side and he told me, he said, you know, my niece is special. He said, Zuri is special. He said, watch her. He said, don't never leave her unattended. Don't let nobody babysit her and none of that. He said, you know, there's negative energies that are looking to, you know, take her or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I always felt that. My uncle wasn't spiritual, you know what I'm saying? At least I know of 11:11, so hell, I guess he was. It was 11:11 on the timer when I said that. But that was definitely a divine message from the higher ups to always pay attention to my baby, okay? Always watch her. Okay, so okay, fast forward, you guys. When she got a little older, like around maybe 5. She was still, it was around 4 or 5. She started complaining about having these awful nightmares. I'm talking about really, really awful. She complained about a shadow figure with a hat. She called him the man with the hat. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? You know, as a parent, you guys, I felt helpless. I was scared. Mind you, this was before my spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to combat anything like that. I was angry. I was confused. I was hurt. My baby wasn't getting sleep. She was screaming in her sleep and stuff. She was so scared. And I remember one night I was so fucking angry. I was so angry. And I said, I'm going to take care of this. I said, Mommy is going to fix this. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this, right? You guys, why I went to bed that night after being angry and telling myself I was going to fix this, I actually tapped into her dream. That was my first time astro traveling. I traveled in my daughter's nightmare. Now I know what it's called. I didn't know what it was called then. I know what it's called now because I do it now, and I know that I do it now. And I get tons of emails from you guys who tell me that I've astral traveled to you guys and I've protected you in your dream state. But my first time actually traveling and tapping into someone's dream was my daughter. And I didn't do it intentionally. I guess I was so angry, and it was just like that mama bear energy just kind of kicked in, and I knew I needed to protect my daughter by any means necessary. Y'all, that wind is up back there, so I'm sorry. So I literally went to bed and I woke up in her nightmare. I saw my daughter sitting on a mat on the fucking floor in a cave. And I saw this man, and he was standing there, and he was watching people's lives. Like, he was watching people on like this screen. It was like, it wasn't a screen. You could look at the cave wall and see everybody's life. This man literally watched people from the moment they come out the womb up until just every second. This man misses nothing, okay? He watched people who have calling over their life, people who he feel like could serve him in some type of way. He had been watching my daughter. He had been watching Zuri from the moment she came out the womb. He knew when she was conceived. He knew when she was born. He had been watching her. When my daughter realized I was in her nightmare, I was there, she ran to me and she hid behind me. And he turned around, and that's when he turned around and saw me. Like, I stood there for a second and watched him. He was so lost in watching people's lives, he didn't even realize I was standing there. My spirit was there. Also, he has other little workers that go out and do little tasks for him. his little minions, you guys. And these energies would go and wreak havoc in people's lives, put people in bad situations, manipulate you, like make people do crazy stuff, you know, just, you know, try to get people off of their path. Okay, I was seeing these energies bring people in. So like after people would pass, these energies would try to take them. Like I'm seeing these energies bring in other energies for him, that he was keeping them and making them work for him. Okay, so he turned around and he saw me and we talked, but it wasn't with our mouth. It was like telepathically, he understood what I was saying. And I remember I looked at him and I told him, I said, you can't have her. You can't have her. I told him, I said, my baby was born at 3:33. I say, she is an ascended master. I say, she's very looked after and you're going to have a very hard time. I said, you cannot have her. She's divinely protected. He was so shook at the fact that I was even there. I could tell in his face as I said that 1616, he was so shook that he was looking her mom in her face. He was like, how in the fuck did you get here? I didn't even know how I got there. I didn't know. But see, now I know, you know, some people, and I'm not the only one, okay? Some people have permission to walk amongst the spiritual realm and amongst the living. Normally, those are the type of people who can help people transition over. I can help people transition, souls transition over. Souls come to me when they realize that I'm there to help transition over. I've helped souls that I don't even know transition over. They're waiting for the light. And when you are the light, they use you to transition over to paradise. Okay? All right. So yeah, I got to talk to this monster, and it wasn't no reasoning. I had to tell him what it wasn't finna go down like that. Okay. And that was the last time that my daughter complained about having that nightmare, you guys. That was the last time, okay? What's making me do this video today is because I was looking through my phone tonight and my daughter was taking pictures with my phone, you guys. So she was sitting in my room and my closet door was open, and I zoomed in and there was a shadow figure, a man standing behind her where he was peeking from the closet. But guess what was standing behind the shadow man? Ancestors, spirits, protectors. You can literally see like figures of people, you know, standing behind that energy, watching that energy. 1818, as I'm saying it, they watched it watch her. It couldn't have done anything because it was outnumbered with the amount of protection that my daughter has currently with her. So I'm saying this to say, you guys are divinely protected. Especially if you're chosen. You have purpose. You have some things you need to do. You know, all of my babies I know have callings over their lives, and Spirit has shown me that they are protected. But they want me to let you guys know that you guys are protected too. Your babies are protected too. Okay? So fear not. Make sure that you guys pray. Sage your homes every day. I said to myself, when I saw that picture today, I said, oh, this is telling me I need to sage my house more. Right. Sage your house every morning when you get up. Open those doors. Before you go to bed, sage that house out, you guys. 1919. Sage that house out. Sage your place out with the door open. Command that negative energy leave your home so that you and your babies can sleep peacefully. Know that you are looked after. Your ancestors are always watching over you and protecting you. They got your back, okay? All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys would like to hear more story times, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below. Love and light, peace and protection over you all. Peace.